Coming up on Mountain News at 6, one Southern Kentucky recovery center is receiving $300,000 in grants. Plus, the University of Virginia's College at Wise sees a record amount of students enrolling classes for this semester.
And this cooler weather is short-lived as summer returns by tomorrow and the weekend. Your full forecast coming up as Mountain News at 6 starts now.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News at 6.
On this Overdose Awareness Day, Horizon Health, an organization serving those going through recovery, will be awarded $300,000 to combat overdoses in the community. WYMT's RJ Johnson has more.
Through the Department of Health and Human Services, Horizon Health is one of 8 organizations that will be awarded grants for fighting against the drug epidemic.
If we can all kind of combat this epidemic that we face every day, then hopefully we can make a huge impact within just our surrounding communities and then beyond.
Director of Child and Family Services Whitney Wynn says this grant will help in crisis situations such as drug overdoses.
All of our other grants have been focused in the treatment setting. This is more focused on the crisis setting. Any kind of crisis situation that we can help mitigate, and keep them alive for one more day until it's their time to be in recovery.
Wynn says they hope to work with health departments and hospitals to supply Narcan to intervene in those emergency situations.
They practice first aid, CPR. They're very skilled, very trained. We need to focus on some of the Narcan trainings because it's relatively new in our area.
Saying it takes the community to help as many people as possible.
So it's out there, it's happening in our communities, it affects everyone, and community problems require community solutions. So with this grant, we can help not only where we are from Horizon Health, but within the communities, the health departments, the ERs.
In Laurel County, RJ Johnson, WYMT Mountain News.
In addition to using the money for those services, Wynn says they will use some of it in their child and family services, employment, and laboratory services. Horizon Health will receive that money on September 1st. Well, much of the state is dealing with an opioid epidemic. Kentucky's 2022 overdose fatality report shows Bath County has the highest overdose death rate in the state. Bath County EMS Director Gary Belart says the overdose issue across the county is putting a strain on first responders. Bath County Coroner Andrew Owen says fentanyl is the main drug to blame for overdose deaths. The Lexington VA healthcare system invited people to an open house to learn more about their clinical addiction treatment services. Those at the CATS Clinic say about 3,500 veterans reach out for their services as they struggle with substance use disorders. The program manager at CATS, Elizabeth Dodd, says at their outpatient treatment center, they use evidence-based treatment in the form of cognitive behavioral therapy.
By having so many services and having all of the opportunities and having the people who are motivated to do it really just makes the best treatment possible.
Dodd says in partnership with the Lexington Fayette County Health Department, they are now offering clean syringes to veterans. A murder investigation is underway in Perry County after a man was found dead from what appeared to be a gunshot wound. KSP responded to a call about a body being found last Sunday on Turner Ridge Road. 38-year-old Ryan Turner of Hazard was pronounced dead at the scene by the Perry County Coroner's Office. 3 people have been arrested in connection to his death. 28-year-old Jordan Campbell of Viper, 45-year-old Rebecca Campbell of Hazard, and 37-year-old William Lewis of Hazard. We have more information, including their charges, on our website at WYMT.com. A Pike County attorney is charged with murdering his wife. A Pike County grand jury handed down an indictment charging former Assistant Pike County Attorney Donald Kyle Deskins. The indictment claims he murdered Judith Dawn Deskins on April 24, 2021. The indictment also claims the offense of causing blunt force trauma was committed with the intent to cause her death. If convicted, Deskins faces 20 years to life on the murder charge. The Bell County Sheriff's Department is asking for help identifying a man accused of breaking into a restaurant. Take a look at your screen. Surveillance video was captured of the man breaking into Pig's Place on Log Mountain yesterday morning. The man entered the store through a side window wearing a mask and a head covering. He took an unknown amount of cash. If you can identify this man or have any information, contact Bell County Dispatch. 5 people were found under the influence following a traffic safety checkpoint in Laurel County Tuesday. Officers with the London Police Department conducted the checkpoint on Tobacco Road. During that checkpoint, officers also discovered methamphetamine and other narcotics. The officers also said on Facebook they were able to recover a stolen vehicle and wrote multiple citations for traffic violations. There is a controversy in a small southern Kentucky town regarding a doughboy statue. The World War I monument is at the intersection of 2 busy roads in Monticello and Wayne County. It's been there for more than 100 years, and now some say it needs to go because of traffic problems, but others say it needs to stay right there.
And we just saw a while ago where a tractor trailer loaded down with logs went the wrong way to navigate around it.
I think what it represents is more than what they're wanting to move it for. The purpose of moving it is so traffic can get through easier or whatever, but the representation of the statue is more than just travel.
State transportation officials say no plan has been established yet, with numerous options on the table.
The big story across the mountains in the weather world on your Thursday, the below average temperatures. Check this out from London to Hazard to Pikeville, upper 60s and lower 70s. We should be near 83. We are well below average right now. Also looking at dry conditions under plenty of sunshine as well. August 31st, and we are in the upper 60s for Pikeville, Clintwood, Wise. Doesn't get much better than that. 71 for London and 73 for Somerset, also in Whitley County at this hour. Now we are cool today because we have this wind coming out of the north and east, but tomorrow those winds coming out of the southeast. What does that mean? That means an increase in the moisture, also an increase in those temperatures. As you can see, the muggy meter, a little bit of an increase on Friday, also into Labor Day weekend, and same story for those temperatures. As those winds come out of the south, that means warmer air is on the way. Those details plus your full 7-day forecast coming up in just a few minutes. Steve?
All right, Cameron, thank you. We have a traffic alert for folks in Morgan County tonight. Officials say drivers using Kentucky 705 or Grassy Creek Road should be ready to use another route on September 6th. The road will be closed at milepoint 2.3 for a drainage pipe replacement. That's just north of the Kentucky 205 intersection. Work will begin around 8 in the morning and should be finished by noon. Drivers can use Kentucky 205 or US 460 as an alternate route. The governor's office has provided an update regarding flood recovery in eastern Kentucky. 65 families are currently being housed in travel trailers, while 318 households have transitioned out of the Commonwealth sheltering program. As of yesterday, nearly 750 survivors have received the maximum FEMA grant, bringing the total housing assistance maximum grants to more than $28 million. As of this week, FEMA has approved nearly $44 million in awards to help survivors receive money for their property. The Emergency Watershed Protection Home Buyout Program, according to the governor, is providing funding for 265 properties from Perry County, Breathitt County, the City of Jackson, Letcher County, Knott County, and Floyd County. With the University of Virginia's College at Wise having a record enrollment this semester, administrators are seeing strides made on campus. WYMT's Chandler Wilcox tells us how administrators found ways to bring more students to the college near the Kentucky-Virginia border.
For the first time, students no longer have to pay an application fee and a deposit when applying to attend UVA Wise.
For our students, many of them have need, and they would have to apply for a waiver, and then we would waive those fees anyway. So we just thought it'd be better to remove those fees.
As a result of that and other measures, more students are strolling through campus at UVA Wise now than the last decade.
I'd be the only person walking to class, but now, you know, I see hundreds of people going from class to class.
The college has 14 new students from Kentucky, adding up to 35 total, and for the first time, they have students from West Virginia.
We got them backpacks, UVA-wise flags, just a lot of stuff to encourage them to come here. They're really bringing the energy for this new time post-COVID.
Not only are there more incoming students, but administration is seeing more students returning as well.
Our overall enrollment is up about 15% from last year. So we've also seen that we're retaining students better. So students who were here last fall are staying to finish their degrees.
Henry says they are having to increase the amount of students allowed in dorms, a task they are happy to have. And Wise, Chandler Wilcox, WYMT Mountain News.
Administrators also say the increased enrollment has led to the campus Chick-fil-A serving breakfast for the first time, making everyone even more excited this semester. School leaders and officials have declared September as Attendance Awareness Month. Perry County Judge Executive Sky Alexander and Hazard Mayor Happy Mabellini and others signed that proclamation earlier today. Absenteeism had been increasing due to the COVID-19 pandemic and other issues. As a result, schools across the country are bringing the issue to the forefront and are uniting together to try and make a change.
Well, the weather is looking much better this week for high school football. All those details coming up after this break. Plus,
one Pike County food pantry provides food to families in the community.